So PSG advance from their group into the round of 16 in the Champions League with an emphatic 5-0 victory over Malmo, who, in my opinion, were dreadful. Celtic definitely could have been a better team to take place in that group, but that's just my pity argument coming out again. But many people have talked about why we don't talk more about PSG, and frankly today I just made an effort to watch them specifically along with Real Madrid and touching base with as many other games as I can. But with PSG today advancing with a 5-0 win, it does pose signs to a team that's thoroughly in form. Of course they're in form in Ligue One as well, but goals from Zlatan, 2 from Di Maria, 1 from Rabiot, and a great free kick from Lucas. It kind of poses the questions that many people on our channel want to know is, what are PSG's chances? I mean, are they one of the teams that could potentially rival two of the teams, which I will mention is the two teams who I think should meet in the Champions League final at this point, and that's Bayern Munich and Barcelona. I think they're out and out the best teams in the world at the moment. But that being said, I have stated that PSG are, I would say, top 5. I don't know where I'll place them on that top 5. I did say 4th before, and I definitely think they're up there. But within a win like 5-0 today, where you see other teams like Real Madrid, which I will touch on in another clip, take a great 4-0 lead, but then slip up at the end, concede 3 goals. You want to talk? I don't think PSG get as much credit as they deserve because, and this is one of the reasons, is because when they play big games, they don't finish their chances. They sometimes flatter to deceive. There are a lot of good ball movement, but no real end product. Now today, I wanted to highlight a couple of things. Now, Angel Di Maria has come under an enormous amount of criticism since he moved to Manchester United and never really hit the peaks that he had hit at Real Madrid. But today, I saw one thing from Di Maria which has been missing in his game, and that is drive and anticipation. He was making runs non-stop like he has done before with Real Madrid, direct runs into the box expecting to get possession of the ball and come up with an end product. And of course he got 2 goals from it because he was anticipating, he wasn't waiting for the ball to get to his feet. PSG did a great job at the start of the game of exploiting the wide areas, flooding those flanks, overwhelming Malmo and cutting the ball back. It's a pass that my old coach used to call the death pass, where you drive down to the end to the edge of the box, to the touchline, and you drag it back, and all defenders obviously caught in their anticipation moving forward. The ball's cut right back across, and it's an easy finish for those who's coming into the box. But I said when Di Maria was playing for Manchester United towards the second half of last season, it was almost painful to watch. Kind of like Kobe right now for the Lakers. I don't think they're on the same stature, but you know what I mean. Painful to watch at times. It's just like he didn't seem like he wanted to be there. He seemed like everything that he was doing, he was second guessing. And at PSG, don't get me wrong, he's not world class at the moment, but it is encouraging to see a player of such talent find some form at PSG and find a home in amongst a system that he works well with. So specifically for the first goal, he makes he times his run into a late move into the box. Matuidi gets down the line, cuts it back, and it's a calm finish into the corner. And of course, Zlatan would add a goal where he had the opportunity once again, per mistake from Malmo, found his way into the touchline, and rather than cutting it back for Cavani or Di Maria, he opts to go himself, and the ball ends up into the back of net. But then for Di Maria's next goal, this is what Di Maria was great at in the past, is that he starts deep and then makes a direct run into the box at pace. I mean, the guy has got blistering speed, and he's hard to mark. So when the ball found its way to Maxwell, who whipped it in, he managed to go on the end of it with a head. You don't often see Di Maria score with the head, but Ozil scored with his head yesterday. I guess it's just the most unlikely goal scorers coming up with headed goals. So that was great to see him on the score sheet, and a 5-0 victory overall for PSG. So to round up the discussion of PSG, I guess the question that has been asked to me already, because I did tweet out yesterday that you could just put Bayern and Barcelona in the final, is which other teams could rival them. It's early doors. Trust me, Bayern Munich have hit peak form many a times before in the Champions League early on, and then kind of just slowly drifted out of the competition. Perhaps they run into Barcelona earlier than they might expect. I think that Real Madrid definitely have the ability to beat Bayern Munich. As we've seen, Bayern Munich are beatable. Arsenal did beat them. But with PSG, I don't think it's as much their consistency, because they are a very consistent team, and they will go through this group now. I think Real Madrid will still finish top, but they're going to go through with a decent run of form behind them. It's about who they draw in the next round. It's about coming up against a big team and being able to perform. Last season was the exact portrayal of what PSG need to do to get over that line, and that is have strikers who can finish on cue. I mean, Cavani, although he wasn't on the score sheet today, that is, I mean, obviously a clear sign for me to just go and criticise him, because I have done in the past. But I think he played well today. He helped those around him. He made some great runs. He linked up play very well. Zlatan, of course, on the score sheet. But it's going to be a test when they make it through to the next stage, because we've seen them beat Chelsea through nothing but this right here. They had heart against Chelsea last season. That's what led them through into the next round of the Champions League. But then they face a team like Barcelona without a star striker in the first leg, and they just struggle. They don't have that execution like someone like Barcelona have at the moment. They are just so, I don't even know how to describe Barcelona at the moment. They're ruthless. They don't let anything pass by. Any chance that they can capitalise on, they absolutely do so in emphatic fashion. Whereas PSG at the moment, I think specifically against Madrid in the away game, they had several chances to try and get back into that game. Cavani had a handful on his own, but I think in those big games, the star strikers just aren't performing or aren't scoring as well as they should be. Now, it is a good sign that Di Maria did grab 2 goals today. He has been performing well in Ligue 1. So all pluses for PSG moving into the round of 16, but I definitely still do think they have their work cut out for them to compete with those big teams, which I've talked about many times, Bayern Munich and Barcelona, who I think just still 2-3 steps ahead of everyone else. I think I said 6 steps yesterday, so maybe coming down every day. Who knows? We want to know what you guys think. If you watched the PSG game today, let me know what you guys thought. Do you think PSG are at their best at the moment? Do you think they will get better? Is it good to see Di Maria make that return to form? Let us know in the comment section below. We'll have another Champions League clip coming your way where I talk about Real Madrid and both teams from Manchester, kind of rounding out what happened in day 2 of Week 5 in the Champions League. Thanks again. Subscribe to TYT Sports.